Awesome. Hey, welcome everybody. Hey, Ali, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent, thank you. We wanted to meet with everyone today and take this time because things are just moving at lightning speed. Success is around every corner, every bend. And so we just wanted to bring you all up to speed with a lot of the different things that have been going on, resources that are available to you, some pricing changes. You're going to want to listen for that here in just a minute. And we want to get into some of the nitty gritty. But this is literally a video that if you're serious about building yourself a stable residual income with proxies, whether you're going to be a lone wolf or whether you're going to build a team, you're going to want to watch this video maybe more than once so that you understand and comprehend every single detail. First and foremost, I just want to run through here a very brief, unscientific list of some of the businesses that I've seen come through recently as new customers that we're programming devices for, building landing pages, and shipping out the proxies. We just got in a ladies' clothing boutique that was like a lingerie store, that sort of place. And I'm so excited about it because of the icon. Again, you can get the icon that's associated with the message. And so this is a business that does a lot of advertising in their marketplace. And so people are going to recognize that icon when it shows up on their phone. And I think they're going to have a lot of success with this technology. I thought it was also interesting that the sales rep mentioned to me that these people spend a lot of money on advertising. One of the first rules of advertising is that advertisers advertise. Another that we've had a lot of success with are pizza shops. I've seen it time and time again with these pizza shops. We've had several large pizza operations that are testing because they've got 50 locations or 150 locations, and right now they're testing one device or 5 devices or what have you. So we're having some traction with pizza. We actually signed up a rare coin dealer. Windshield repair is in the automotive realm, and that guy's actually having a lot of success. He's like a lone wolf guy walking around the Costco parking lot with his device and drumming up business. And I know he's at about 150 connections that he's had with his device in about 3 weeks. So he's having a lot of success with his device. We're having success with restaurants. For some reason or another, I've seen several roofing companies come through the door. I know one thing about roofing companies is when they do advertising, they're spending a lot of money. So the dollars and cents that we're talking about for a proxy is literally nothing on their bottom line. They'll go ahead and spend $50 or $75 on it and forget they even have it. But we literally just had 3 different roofing companies come through the door. Vape shops, I've seen a lot of success with vape shops for all different kinds of marketing. I would say the e-cigarette realm is one that's growing. Same thing if you're in an area where they have marijuana dispensaries. With marijuana, with vape shops, the e-cigarette people, they're all in the same situation where they are vying for market share. They're trying to capture market share. In 3 months, they're going to have 5 new competitors that are going to be popping up on corners within a couple of miles of where they're located. So with using some different advertising techniques that are outside of the box, they're going to try anything possible, especially things like these that are affordable, to be able to gain an edge. So I know the one marijuana place that we just got in, when I looked at their website and all their information, they were top of the line, first rung. Again, they do a lot of advertising, spend a lot of money there. Real estate is an industry that has always gravitated towards this. We just got a bail bonds company in the other day as well. So these are the kinds of businesses that literally, as I've always said, if you were to make a list of if you were to pick 3 of these businesses and make a list of, say, 10 different bail bonds companies, 10 vape shops, 10 restaurants that were in your local marketplace, or if your sales reps that you're hiring as you're building a team, if they were to do the same thing, target 3 industries, make a list of 10 businesses, you're literally going to have a situation where you've got 30 businesses written down. And then if you go see those businesses and then go next door, That's how you end up running into crazy things like bail bonds companies and rare coin dealers as customers. So the fish are biting, things are happening. Make sure to get out there and have conversations as you're talking to businesses. That being said, let's go ahead and just talk about some pricing changes that are going into effect literally as we speak. And the reason that we can make these pricing changes as we speak is that these pricing changes are to your benefit. So if you will read the details here, as of March 10th, 9 days from now, we will start billing as far as the monthly bill that is associated with the device. So what will happen is we'll simply look at your account on the 10th. We'll see that in your account, you have 30 devices. As you'll recall, as part of your dealer program, you get 5 of those devices that are void of a monthly fee, so those are free forever. So we would look at your list of 30 devices, and we would do some simple math. 30 minus 5 is 25 devices that are active. From that point, what you see is that we have one price going forward. So going forward, as a Proximity Plus dealer, as someone who spent the $8.95 on the dealer program, you will be paying $25 per unit, whether you buy 1, whether you buy 5, whether you buy 25, you're going to be paying $25 a unit. The monthly fee is $10.90 a month. So in that example, if you've got 30 devices in your account, we've got 5 of those in there for free. So we're going to get a calculator and we're going to multiply 25 times 1090. And on March 10th, we are going to draft your account for that dollar amount. So there's no surprises here. The beautiful thing about this business is you are never in a situation where you are trying to fill your garage with product. This should always be a situation where you go out there, you make the sale, you get payment from the customer, you process payment from the customer. After doing that, you place your order. So that being said, this is never a situation where you are behind and we are just not the ones that you want to be playing the let me rob Peter to pay Paul game with. So it's very straightforward. It's very clean. Go ahead, Ali.
When you just mentioned that, we've done a lot of research too on these devices and as well as our competitors, and every other business model out there gets you into some sort of contract and puts those devices into your garage and makes you pay for them even before you make a sale. So we're eliminating the risk essentially for all you guys.
Which is a beautiful thing. With the simple pricing of $25 a unit, $10.90 a month, it's real simple for you to be able to plan. Certainly it gives you more flexibility from where we were before at $38 and $12.90. So right away, this puts more money in your pocket, gives you greater flexibility with your pricing, etc. The only time we're going to be talking about volume discounts is when we reach the 100-unit plateau. So if you really strike it big, you've got a lot of stuff going on, you've got a situation where you are ready to pull out your card and order 100 units, give us a call so we can discuss that pricing. Otherwise, you know exactly what the pricing is, you know exactly how it's going to go. So here's really what you should expect. You know, when you first sign up, you get your you pay your $8.95, you get your dealer package, you get all your information, and 5 units show up. And of course, as we discussed, those 5 units don't have a monthly fee. From there, once you start ordering units, we're going to be sending you the next 10 units. And if we're sending them to you, great. If we're drop shipping those to your customers, fantastic. With those, of course, you're going to pay for the shipping that is associated with shipping those devices. And then once we've satisfied the first 15 of those that are included in your package, everything from there forward, you should know that if you are ordering 2 devices today, those 2 devices are going to cost you $25 a piece plus the shipping. With priority mail, that ranges between $6 and $8 or $9. So you should know exactly what it's going to be and expect that fee, that charge right away as you are moving forward. So plan accordingly from a business standpoint. This is super simple, tremendous opportunity for you to make a lot of money, not just up front, but also on a residual basis, and build yourself a real big stable income. From there, I just want to hop into some details from the standpoint of the questions that we get, some of the tools that are newly available. I just want to run through this list, and then we'll be done with this week's video of these updates. So the first thing I want to touch on are the device instructions. This is the instruction manual. We've talked about this in previous videos. This thing is beautiful. If you want to, you can go down to Office Depot, you can print these things out, and you can actually provide these to your customer. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pay the money. Instead, what I'm going to do is provide this to my customer electronically. Now, I'm not just going to provide this to my customer electronically. I'm going to provide this to my sales reps, and my expectation is that if I make the sale, I'm going to sit down with the customer, and I'm going to go through this document with the customer. If my sales rep is involved, then it's going to be my sales rep's responsibility to do exactly that. The idea is, if we go through this information with the customer, we're going to cover a bunch of different topics, like whether or not the device is waterproof, where to place the device. You know, this is really important. You want to take this device, you want to place it up high on a wall, on a ceiling. You want to put it maybe outside of the store, of the business, in a place where it's protected and it can broadcast out so that the range is maximized. That's something that you want to consider. In addition to the proxy placement that we're talking about here, there's other information inside of here that you want to keep in mind where we're talking about the messaging, when we're talking about the apps. So this is super important. And with this document, again, this is for our customers. But if we are the sales rep, if we are the dealer, then doesn't it make sense that we know more about this than they do? And wouldn't you feel a lot better and not feel embarrassed if you actually understood the information you were providing them? That being said, it talks about right here, if your customer is an Android user, exactly step by step what they're going to want to do. It gives them information here talking about how 86% of Android users have Google Nearby installed in their phone, how it's a low priority message that shows up in your notifications on a periodic basis. This information is here for a reason. So when you look at your phone, when you're talking to your sales rep and trying to get the message to show up on their phone, when you're dealing with the customer and trying to get it to show up on their phone, and it doesn't just jump up off of the phone and slap everybody upside their face, why doesn't it do that? The information is right here. So you're supposed to be going over this information with the customer so that they can understand. And if you don't understand this information, then you need to get on the phone with me so that we can go through each word of this together so that you are an expert on this information. Right here, if you're an Android user, you're an iOS user, what is the first thing it says right here? Download a free Google app called Physical Web for iOS and Android. This is so important, and literally this week I spent an hour, maybe two, talking to reps, talking to dealers that did not understand this one sentence. My question is, here it is, people, the instruction manual. So before losing our minds that we don't understand how this thing works, let's go ahead and read the instruction manual and let's understand it, because this is a very important point. And in fact, as I go through my list of things that I want to cover today, that is one of the things that I really want to talk to you about, is making sure that you download onto your phone the app for Google, for the Google physical web. It's super important that you have that on your phone. Why do you want to have that on your phone? I'll tell you why you want to have it on your phone. When you are troubleshooting your device, when you want to see the notification show up on your device right away, when you want to walk into 10 businesses today and you want that information, that notification to show up on your phone when you snap your finger, the way you can do that is by clicking the button for your physical web. The way you can do that is by clicking the button for your Google Nearby service. So those things are so important that you have that on the home screen of your smartphone. Please, dealers, sales reps, get it on your smartphone and then make sure your customers do it, make sure your sales reps do it. It's going to make everything a lot easier for everyone. So that's the device instructions right here. From there, I want to briefly just jump into the sales pitch. Again, I get questions from dealers that should know this information backwards and forwards. Look, if you're out there doing presentations, you should be using the tools. And if you're using the tools, then you should understand the information that's in here. Let me take it a step further. If you are not making sales presentations, or if you're making sales presentations and not using the tools, guess what? If you are not using the tools, you, more so than anyone, should be able to recite every single word that's in here verbatim, forwards and backwards, because literally that simply shows that you are an expert when it comes to this information. So please understand, this sales presentation literally represents 50 hours worth of research. So take what has been excreted from 50 hours worth of research and see that this entire program has been summed up in 3 pages. 1, 2, 3. So if you don't know every single word in 1, 2, 3 here, you are missing the boat. And it's not just about understanding it. It's about giving this information out to your customers, giving this information out to your sales reps. Because let me tell you something. When you take out of the equation the fact that this entire thing was created by Google, when you start thinking to yourself that, you know, on my phone, this thing sometimes almost maybe doesn't show up, well, then what the heck do you have your hands on? I wouldn't be very excited about that. But let me tell you something. When I see this page here, this page here, this page here, and this page here, I instantly lose sleep. So what this is telling you right here is that you have got to have, right down here at the bottom, physical web can be downloaded onto any device, iOS or Android. Get the physical web app on your device. No excuses. Google Nearby, if you have an Android, get the shortcut onto your device. If you don't know how to do that, I'm going to show you how to do that a little bit later. So that is really exciting because it's going to tie into what we're going to talk about next, which is here, the YouTube channels. Folks, if you have not already done it, please do it today. Get online, get to YouTube, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Proximity Plus YouTube channel, because when you do, and you come in here and you look at all of the videos that are here, the first video is what I was just talking about, nearby service settings on Android. So when I'm telling you to get the Google Nearby symbol, icon on your home screen, and you're saying to me, what are you talking about? It's right here. 3 minutes, 27 seconds, you're going to have all the information you need to be able to go ahead and get that taken care of for yourself. So as we are doing new things all the time, one of the first places that you're going to be able to see what's happening new before it's even been announced is going to be on my YouTube page, is going to be on the YouTube page for Proximity Plus, because as I'm putting stuff together many, many, many times, it's going to funnel right through this website, which actually I'm going to be coming back to this here again in just a minute on that exact point. I didn't think those things were going to be there, but they actually popped up while we're doing this, so that's exciting. Again, the instructions, the details from the pitch book, the YouTube channel provide all of this information to your sales reps as well as your customers. That way they're getting the information right along with you. It's going to make your job so much easier. Now, from there, I want to go ahead and introduce you to a brand new tool. And actually, this tool is going to interface with what we're talking about here in our pitch book. So again, here we go through the pitch book. Yeah, all these companies were the leaders. All these industries are doing it. Here's the proxy. Yep, this is how proximity marketing works step by step. You want to strategically place the device. Notice this device is placed outside of the business, up high, so that it can broadcast out as far as possible. Who gets the message? These are the people that get the message. If you don't know these details, missing the boat. Go ahead and take a look at some examples. You can put your own examples in here. We're talking about explainer videos, posting stuff on social media. Bottom line is we're talking about promoting. This page right here is so important. It's talking about the rule of 7. Let me go back here really quick because this is going to go right to where I'm going next. It's talking about the rule of 7, and when you're advertising, people do not see your message one time and then buy. No, the rule of 7 is saying that people are going to see your message multiple times and then they're going to buy. That being said, we go right from there in our presentation, and this is going to lead us into what I want to show you next as far as some new tools that we have available for you. We're talking here on this page about a particular movie theater that I had gone to, and in this movie theater, I've got all these different pictures of different ways that they are promoting to the people that are coming inside of the movie theater about their mobile app, about their texting program, about their loyalty program. So all of this signage is inside of, or are examples of what's inside of one movie theater. That being said, and as we continue through our presentation, we're talking about taking the proxy on the road. When you do so, put on a company outfit and go out and hand out flyers or what have you with it. We talk about promoting in the car, having signage with the car. We talk about promoting in the business, having signage in the business. That being said, we are finally proud to announce that we have signage for you to be able to provide to the business. So take a look at this. Every single customer that you sell a proxy to should have multiple signs like this up inside of the store. So you've got Proximity Plus, Bluetooth mobile marketing. You've got this icon or this QR code here, and it says, in this store, this symbol means business. Scan the QR code, install Google's physical web app, turn on your Bluetooth, turn on your location, check the app for in-store savings. Folks, how much clearer can it be? I'm standing in the store. My wife is shopping. I'm bored, so I see the sign on the wall. In this store, this symbol means savings. What do? Scan the QR code. When I do, it's going to take me to the download page for Google's physical web app. turn on your Bluetooth, turn on your location, check that app for in-store savings. The icon down here at the bottom, this is the icon for Google's physical web app. The neat thing about this particular QR code is it doesn't make a difference. If you scan this with an iPhone, if you scan this with an Android, either way, it's going to take you to the corresponding page to be able to download that app for Google's for the Google physical web in one step. Now, right along with that, again, we were talking about that earlier, downloading the Google physical web app onto your phone, getting the icon for the nearby notifications. Now, I've been talking. You may be asleep, but I need you to wake up right now. Wake up. Okay, this is important. What I want you to do, if you're serious about this business, I want you to take out your smartphone. I want you to go to the App Store. I want you to download the app for Google Physical Web. When you're done, I want you to download another app called Muse, M-U-S-E, Muse Interactive Experience. That is an app that does the same thing as the Google Physical Web app. And if you will look, you will see there'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 apps in there. What I want you to do is I want you to download 5 of them. I want you to play with them. I want you to find the one that you think is the best. I want you to find the one that you think is the most sensitive. Because the way that apps work right now, today, on my phone, I'd say for the last 3 or 4 days, the Google Physical Web app from the gazillion-dollar, billion-dollar company Google is not working on my phone right now. So guess what? No problem. I have a backup. I've got the Muse Interactive Experience. What I want you to do is get in on the fun, get in on the research, help us. Go and download 5 or 10 of those apps, play with them, and then come to us and say, hey, you know what? I found one that's great. Tell everybody about it. So if we do have a problem, you're in front of an important customer, the Google Physical Web app ceases to work for that particular 24-hour period, no problem. You don't have to sweat because you've got a backup right there with you. So it is super duper important. With these flyers, what we've done is we've gotten like 8 of these things made so that they've got a bunch of different looks. So depending on the business that you're talking to, you're going to be able to find something that's going to work for everyone. These files are also available in a format so that you can put them into Photoshop and you can go ahead and put your logo in there, or maybe you can put the business's logo. Because understand, you just sold Joey's Transmission and Oil Change and Ice Cream Shop, right? Joey's got a really fantastic business doing oil changes, transmissions, and then serving you ice cream while you're waiting. Well, while the people are sitting there waiting, they're going to have this thing on their wall. Your logo being on here as big as day, like it's Vegas, isn't going to benefit anybody. Your customer's logo being on there, the people that are inside of the store are more likely to look at this document if it's got your customer's logo on there. So think about that as you think about being able to have these documents in a format that's going to allow you to manipulate this stuff. Brand new, hot off the presses, available as we speak today. Get these out to every single one of your customers moving forward.
Ken, the other thing that they can do with these flyers is instead of putting the QR code for the physical web app, they can actually put the QR code of the landing page they've created for the business as well. So we'll take them right to those landing pages and start the process of getting leads.
Absolutely. And that landing page QR code, as you should know, is right inside of the landing page builder. So absolutely, you have that flexibility to be able to do exactly that. And then a quick side point when it comes to QR codes. I think it's interesting because QR codes have actually been out for years and years and years. And I know the church I used to go to, I saw a QR code on the wall in our youth facility for for probably 2 years before I ever scanned it to see what the QR code even led to. I just don't think they were a big deal in the past. Fast forward to today, the way that Apple is doing every single iPhone that comes out these days, they are all coming equipped with QR code scanners in them. So when you think about what's a great way for a business to be able to get more iPhone customers seeing their message, this is one of the ways that it's going to happen, is them getting that physical web app there on the device. So that's a really good point there, Ali. Mm-hmm. So we've talked about most of this stuff. Okay, I've got 2 other things I want to talk about. I want to talk about building a team. Really quickly, when we were talking about building a team and we're talking about YouTube. So right here, this is my YouTube channel, and I literally just put this together, and I'm actually not even done with it. But this is a new video for building your sales team. 60 seconds. All right, this thing is literally hot off the presses because there was a lag there. But this thing is going to be done today. The idea here is I've got a 60-second video that is designed specifically to go inside of an ad. So if you're one of those that's out there building a sales team on Indeed or one of those places, you might consider adding a video as part of your messaging inside of your ad. So I've got 2 of these things that I've purposely designed to be as short as possible, right at about 60 seconds. Just got to get these things off of the presses today, and then these things are ready to go. The last thing, and again, those are just more tools. The last thing is, as you are building your team, as you are dealing with your customers, you are going to most certainly have to do some troubleshooting. Understand, this is Google's system. Before we ever ship out a device, we ensure that the device is working. I am not going to program a device and ship it out without first seeing the customer's message show up on my phone. Therefore, I already know it works. So when I have a sales rep or when I have a dealer that calls and says, hey, I have someone that's having problems with their device. Oh no, we might need to send them another one. Oh no, they might need to send it back. I'm thinking to myself, you just don't know as much about this information as I do. Because again, when you take to heart, when you internalize and digest the fact that this is Google's system, you just have to understand it. You have to have the nearby shortcut on your phone. You've got to have the physical web app on your phone. If you've got those things on your phone, if you turn off your Bluetooth, turn it off, clear your notifications, wait 10 seconds, turn it back on, wait 10 seconds, and then check those tools, you will see your notification. If you don't, repeat that process again and again and again, 5, 6, 7 times. Folks, it's Google. It will work. If it doesn't, after 10 times, get a hold of us, and then we can do additional troubleshooting measures. But 9 times out of 10, really 97 times out of 100, if you read the instruction manual, if you go over it page by page, section by section with your customer, with your reps, if you make sure when your customer gets their device that it shows up on their phone, that they understand how to do everything, you won't have to do any troubleshooting. Pretty much all the troubleshooting that I do is with people that have not read the instructions and have not downloaded those apps onto their phone. So let that be a tip for you moving forward if you want to be on Easy Street. From there, we've covered a lot of details. Again, you might want to watch this video a second time and then get back to us if you've got any questions outside of that. Because again, we've covered a lot of different stuff. Ali, anything else you want to touch on before we sign off?
Nope. Look forward to hearing from you guys, and good selling to everybody.
Excellent. Again, this industry is blowing up. We're seeing a lot of activity. A lot of people are having success building their sales teams. I'm so super excited to see people that are out there selling on a consistent basis, building themselves a residual income, which is what it's all about. And if you can get one person hired, and if you can help them sell a proxy, you can help them sell 10. If you can help one person sell 10, you can help 10 people sell 10. And if you can do that, there's no limit to the amount of money that you can make in this thing. And in doing so, it's only going to get better. So dive in, follow the things that we're telling you, make a commitment. Folks, this is really simple. As far as the tech thing's concerned, this is the last thing I want to say. As far as being in the tech world, I am the least technical person you'll ever meet. I got into the mobile app business, and that business 5 years later, I'm still asking questions. I'm still learning. The beautiful thing about the Proximity Plus business, folks, you're not going to be asking questions 90 days after you got started. It's literally that simple. In fact, I once heard it stated that this industry is literally the holy grail when it comes to marketing and not having headaches, not having service issues. So get involved, get your studying done, get started, and we'll see you on the beaches of the world.